Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. This story is about, what if Naruto had the storm release bloodline? Be sure to like, subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't done so already. I wish you a pleasant time while listening, so let's jump straight into it. Chapter 7, Wave Country. A week has passed in Wave Country and all the citizens were noticing small changes around the town, such as the lack of Gato's men, and the food markets would have a bunch of fish outside of their stores with notes attached. Waves make way for storms and a storm is coming. The note read, and many of the citizens began to hope again, only if just a little. The kids were no longer on the streets. There was a huge house for the kids to live in and some adults to help take care of them. Food, clothes, and furniture was in the house, all thanks to Naruto making a bunch of clones that went back to the village, which was only a 3-hour trip with him flying at his full speed. That didn't mean he still didn't train. He often had clones go to the bridge to help Tazuna, who was having a hard time with the lack of workers. He trained his wind element some more because out of his 3 elements it was his weakest, and he wanted to fix that because he had some wind jutsu he wanted to use, like wind dragons and wind tornadoes and so on. Sakura also kept to her word and started taking her training more seriously, and even tried to calm down on her fangirl tendencies towards Sasuke, who didn't seem to notice. Naruto often made her work out with him, which left her unconscious by the end of the day, and she would wake up and yell at her Oni-san for making her run 50 laps and do 100 push-ups and sit up with resistance seals. That is another thing he worked on, was seals. He was now able to make his own resistance seals, something he was excited to try, because he saw it made your overall body stronger by buffing your speed, reaction, and durability. He applied them to Anko, Kakashi, and Sakura. He didn't want to tell Sasuke. He set Anko, Kakashi and himself to level 3, which felt like they were moving through sand, and it was even hard to fly at first, but he was just glad he didn't apply the gravity seals. Yet, he was saving that for when he got back to the village. Rukia Aslo did training with them, doing all the physical training and chakra control, and much to the dismay of Sakura. Even Rukia could outlast her in stamina, but it only made her work harder, which made Naruto happy at his new little sister's determination. Rukia also showed great skill in swordsmanship, and Naruto promised to get her a real sword when they go back to the village, but for now she used a wooden sword. It was not just all training. He often played with Rukia and Anko, getting to learn more about them, such as, Rukia's birthday was January 14th and she had an older sister who was killed by Gato because she did not want to work for him. This only made Naruto want to rip his heart out even more. He learned her favorite was animals and she wanted a pet rabbit to name Chappie. He learned Anko had a soft spot for rabbits, often leading to Anko squeezing Rukia's head in between her breast when she would wear her bunny onesie. Naruto got her, much to her embarrassment. Naruto and Rukia could be seen spread out on the futon with the sheets all over the place. Rukia had a leg over Naruto's face, which had a bunny head at the end of it. Naruto had one of his legs across her back. Both of them were snoring, often waking up Anko, who was next to them. Tsunami walked in the room and only sweat dropped at what looked like the two were fighting in their sleep. She went to wake up Rukia, but she was kicked by her other leg, pushing her back some. Ninjas are so weird, she thinks, walking to Naruto to wake him up, only to be surprised again. Eep, she let out a gasp because Naruto pulled her down and was now spooning her, making her go red in the face. Oh my Kami, what is he doing, pulling me down like this? I hope no one sees this. She tries to wiggle out of his grasp but only makes it worse by rubbing her butt on Naruto's crotch, making him moan in his sleep. Enna, Naruto-kun, could you please wake up, your team has left, she says, being able to turn around in his arms. Getting to look at his face so close to hers, she can't help but to blush even more at how handsome she looks. Moving her face closer to his, she moves back when he starts to wake up. Tsunami-chan, what are you doing here? Blinking a couple of times he can see Rukia sleeping on her stomach in a T position. Turning back to Tsunami, he grins at seeing her. Blush and the position the two are in. Tsunami-chan, if you wanted to get in bed with me all you had to do was ask, he says, pulling her closer to him, making his harding crotch brush her wedding folds, making her go red and breath a bit heavily. NN Naruto-kun, we should not do this right now. Why? Your team said to meet them at the bridge. She got through labored breaths because Naruto started laying kisses on her face and neck. Okay Tsunami-chan, I'll go, but when I get back this ass is mine, he says, giving it a smack, making her pass out due to nosebleed. Rukia-chan, wake up, daddy has to go. I want you to stay here and protect the house for me while I go to the bridge. Giving a kiss to her forehead, he leaves a blinking Rukia and a still passed out Tsunami in the room. He sees Inari, who has warmed up to him after he apologized for how he acted and what he said. Good morning Inari, I have to go, make sure you stay the man of the house for me while I'm gone. He rubs his hair and tosses him a kunai. Use that on anyone who threatens what you hold dear. Oh okay Naruto, you can count on me. Inari replied with determination. Naruto then walks out the front door and makes 10 sealless shadow clones to watch the house just in case. He then jumps in the trees going to the bridge. Damn, I knew I should have woken Naruto up, that emo duck but is getting beat up, and not to mention Zabuza called for backup, and it just had to be Raiga Kurosukia who keeps talking about funerals. He train of thought is cut off when she had to dodge a blade swing from Zabuza and water dragon from Raiga. Damn, I am glad we took those seals off, or this would be even worse for us, Anko said, jumping back to back with Kakashi. Yes, you are right, and our new speed isn't helping us much because we don't have a wind jutsu strong enough to blast away this mist. What's wrong Kakashi? Sharingan not helping you see through the mist? A chuckling Zabuza could be heard through the mist. Yes, your funeral will be amazing, the insane Raiga said, laughing. Raiga, someone is coming and they are really strong. The sound came from the back of Raiga as what looked like a boy under a blanket. Ranmaru, who is it and how strong are they? Raiga, what is that brat saying? Is the student for Anko coming? Zabuza said, appearing next to him. Yes, it seems so, and Ranmaru says he is strong. Zabuza scoffed. This little brat isn't that strong, he is probably just as strong as that Uchiha. While on the inside he is not having the same conversation. This must be the brat Haku was so worried about, who could fly and make 20 feet waves. If so, we are in trouble. Meanwhile, Naruto could be seen speeding through the trees and Sparks could be seen jumping off his body to Zuna's house. Tsunami could be seen waking up with a red face, remembering what had happened before she passed out. Naruto-kun was so dominant over me. Is he really going to have sex with me when he gets back? She shakes her head, but a part of her hopes he does, because she would be lying if she said she didn't want him to take her to her room and just have his way with her. No, don't think like that. We have better things to do other than to think about how Naruto-kun will stick his nose stop at Tsunami. She walks off to check on the kids to see what they were doing. They were playing cards and it looked like Rukia was winning, if the smirk on her face was anything to go by. The two had become close friends over the week once Inari had stopped acting like an emo. They were all stopped at doing whatever they were doing when the front door was kicked in and two thugs walked in with matching grins and weapons out ready to use them. Alright, Tsunami, just come with us and we will leave these little brats alive, the thug with a purple beanie says with a katana out, and walks over to her only to be stopped when a girl gets in the way. I will not let you have her. I was trusted to keep this place safe from harm. Rukia says, getting in a stance with her wooden sword at the ready and ice-cold eyes she copied from her papa. Rukia-chan, you don't have to do this. I will go and no one will be hurt, Tsunami says, trying to walk in front of Rukia only to be stopped by Inari, who gets in front of her shackly. Rukia is alright, we won't let you take her, Inari says, trying to get confidence. Rukia notices his shaking and tries to give him some help. Inari, in a battle the ones who get in the way are not the ones that lack power, but the ones who lack resolve. She shouts to him, making Inari focus and also ready to do battle, unknowingly making Naruto's shadow clone proud at her words. Little brat in a bunny onesie and a wooden sword thinks she's gonna beat me. The bandit laughs while the clones of Naruto are ready at any second but want to watch to see how they will do. Let's go then. Rukia shouts, charging the bandit with a thrust only for the bandit to jump to the side, but he does not dodge the leg sweep Rukia did, which knocks him to the ground. Rukia then goes for a stab to his groin to immobilize him, but he then rolls over and gets up. I wasn't going to hurt you too badly, but now I'm gonna kill you, he rushes at Rukia's shoulder, tackling the girl to the ground and stomping her in the stomach, making the girl cough up spit and some blood. Not so hot stuff now, are you, little brat? He then goes for a stomp to the head. She hits him in the back of the knee, folding his leg backwards, making him fall enough for her to hit him in the throat with her hand, making the man gasp for air. Rukia quickly gets up and kicks him in the balls and hits him in the head with her sword repeatedly. The other bandit rushes her, hoping to catch her while she isn't looking. Rukia turns to see him coming, aiming his sword to pierce her in the chest, and just when Naruto is about to jump in the way, something unexpected happens. The man is impaled by a ice spear that is going through his chest from the ground, leaving the man to wiggle at the end only to be stopped when Inari runs and stabs the man in the back. Everyone is silent at all the things that just happened. Rukia is looking at her hands in shock, and Inari is also shocked he just killed someone. Clapping could be heard as a shadow clone of Naruto walks through the open door with a proud smile on his face. He then opens his arms to the kids and they run to him crying, "Papa, I just killed someone." Rukia says, crying into Naruto's shoulder, "Naruto, I also killed that guy." Inari says, crying in Naruto's shoulder as well, Don't worry, you two, you did what you had to in order to protect what is close to you, and I am proud of both of you," he says with a kind smile on his head, making the two feel a little better. "Ah, really?" the shaken-up Rukia says, getting her crying under control. "Yes, I also heard your little speech you gave to Inari, little Miss Bossy Pants," he says, teasing her a bit, trying to make them feel better. Shut up, Baka Ota-chan," Rukia says, hitting Naruto upside the head, making everyone laugh. "But why don't you guys go round up the villagers and tell them to come to the bridge, tell them the waves make way for a storm." He then walks to Tsunami and whispers in her ear, "I didn't forget what I said earlier, I hope you are ready," he blows in her ear, making her shiver. "Goodbye guys, and be safe, I am off to kick some ass." He disappears with the dead bodies. Bridge. Naruto could be seen floating above the bridge, just having received the memories from his shadow clone, and he couldn't help but smile at what the two kids did and Rukia activating her bloodline. "Alright, I guess I can make my entrance now." He releases his resistance seals for the first time in a week, and he can already feel the difference in his speed. He then inhales and lets out a breath and lets out a jutsu with no hand seals. Wind-style great breakthrough. Instantly a huge gust of wind hits the bridge, knocking all the mist away and knocking everyone one of their feet, even the Jonin fighting, who were caught off guard. "Naruto-kun, it's about time you got here, we could really use your help," Anko shouts, making her way over to him along with Kakashi. "Yes, Naruto, it seems Zabuza has called back up and we were having trouble fighting them in the mist, but thanks to you we won't have to worry anymore," Kakashi says, taking this chance to catch his breath. "Sorry about that, but don't worry, I will take care of the rest from here. Oh, and Anko, tonight I will be rearranging your organs and making sure you won't be able to walk tomorrow, Naruto-kun, I can't wait. I am gonna ride you till the morning," she replies in a sexy tone with a little pink on her face at what he said. Kakashi, despite the situation, gets a little nosebleed. "So Kakashi, tell me what I am dealing with these two guys," Naruto says in a tone with all jokes aside and only a warrior spoke, making Kakashi straighten up and also get serious. Zabuza is a A-rank missing ninja from Kiri and a master at silent killing along with being an ex-member of the 7 Ninja 7 Swordsmen of the Mist. Raiga is also an ex-member of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen of the Mist. He is in possession of the Kiba blades which use lighting, and is somehow able to predict our movements, but I think it has something to do with whatever is located on his back. Thank you Kakashi, I will handle these two. Go and check on the Uchiha in the Hall of Ice Mirrors while you Anko go and move Sakura and Tazuna to a safe place. Things will get a bit messy and I don't want to hit anyone. He says in a tone leaving no argument, making the two nod and run off to do what he said. Okay you two, I am your opponent and let's hurry this up. I have a sexy MILF waiting for me to return and tear it up. He says, uncheving his sword, making the two swordsmen who know of that style back up in fear, because all swordsmen who are worth something know about the famous Moonlight Sword and its style that was said to cut through mountains and lay the gods to rest with only a single stroke of the blade. How do you have that blade? A brat like you should not be able to wield something like that, the scared Zabuza said. Why yeah, it must be a fake, I'll give you a funeral for even copying that blade, he shouts, raising the blades in the air, making lighting appear and strike the blades. Lighting wave. He shouts, making waves of lighting to race towards Naruto. Cute, is the reply Naruto gives before smacking them out of his way to the shock of both ninjas. How? That move has killed plenty of jonin before. The shocked Raiga said with wide eyes. Wow, if that really killed jonin, they must have been some weak jonin. A smirking Naruto replies, still moving forward. Let me show you how to make waves. Naruto raises his hands to the sky and faster than what Raiga did, lighting strikes his hands. Lighting wave, faster than Raiga could move, he is struck by all of the bolts, leaving him panting with blood coming down his lip. Now that's how you do it. He sends them a smirk, making them mad at him. Fine, then I will just use my blade and cut you up. Raiga and Zabuza charge him. Naruto with a grin charges the two with his sword out. Zabuza aims a high sword swing while Raiga goes low to cut the blonde in half. Let's dance. Naruto jumps over them both, kicking Zabuza in the back, and Raiga dodges barely but still suffers a cut that reveals a boy on his back in a sleeping bag. A boy with purple hair that is long at the back but forms bangs at the front of his face that stop above his eyes, showing glowing red eyes that look like the Byakugan. So you are telling him how to predict our attacks. Ranmaru, are you okay? Raiga looks at the boy, who is scared. Yes, I am okay, thank you. I think you will be coming with me, kid. There is a clan similar to yours in the Leaf called the Hyuga. They will be able to help you. Naruto speaks to the boy. I won't let you take him. Raiga says, getting ready to charge again, only to be surprised when his back feels lighter and he can see Ranmaru no longer there. Too late, he is already gone, Naruto says, tossing Ranmaru in the air, making him scream only to be caught by a flying clone. Okay, now that your little secret weapon is gone, you will die first, Naruto says in a serious tone. You bastard, Zabuza by me sometime, I am going to wipe him off the map. Raiga says, aiming his swords to the sky, trying to gather as much lighting as possible. On it came the reply from Zabuza. Naruto then engages in a sword fight with Zabuza, who is shocked that this kid is keeping up with him, so he picks it up to jonin level speed and strength, but much to his surprise, Naruto is still matching him with a grin still on his face. He goes for a thrust, but Naruto sidesteps and stabs him in the stomach, only for Zabuza to turn into water and Naruto is sliced in half. Ha brat was all talk he dash, Zabuza is cut off when Naruto turns into lighting and Zabuza can do nothing. Got you, the grinning blonde says, giving Zabuza a slash across his chest. Damn Gaki, clever trick. The demon of the mist says, getting to his feet. They then charge back at each other, clashing blades, but this time it is Zabuza who can't keep up with the blonde, who delivers strikes that are fast and precise. Naruto cuts Zabuza on his side while dodging to the left, missing a thrust from Zabuza that leaves him open, and Naruto capitalizes on it by slashing him on his back, leaving a deep cut that makes blood gush on the ground. Naruto jumps back, weaving a swipe that would have taken his head off. 17th Dance Twister. Naruto turns into a spinning twister, giving Zabuza cuts all over his body, making the former Mist Umbu cry out in pain. Naruto comes out of the twister grin, still on his face, loving this battle. Come on, Demon of the Mist, I'm not done dancing yet. 18th Dance Mixer. Naruto unsheathes his sword faster than the eye could see. The next thing Zabuza knew was he got cut all over his body, making him drop to the ground, barely able to stay awake due to all the pain he was in. Damn Zabuza, can you do anything right? But it doesn't matter, my ultimate jutsu is ready. He then smirks at Naruto, who is giving him that grin still that pisses him off. Prepare to die, brat. Lighting of the heavens, he shouts and aims his blades that are crackling with lightning at Naruto. Now de. Wow, he wanted to buy time for something this week so I could make a bigger lighting show in my sleep. Let me show this foolish man the true power of lighting. Naruto then leaps up to the blast and covers his arm in lighting, something similar to that of Kakashi's lightning blade. Naruto then cuts the bolt in half and flies into the gray storm clouds. And disappears. What, that is impossible. How the hell did he just cut my strongest jutsu like it was nothing? And where the hell did he go? Play Let's Do It by Lil Wayne. You don't have to, but this song helps this scene. Everyone on the bridge stopped what they were doing, even Haku, who was in the ice mirrors with a knocked out Sasuke, and a Kakashi who took this chance to get out of the mirrors with Sasuke. Anko and Sakura look up in the clouds and can hear the laughter of Naruto while also seeing flashes of blue. The villagers on the way to the bridge look up and see it as well, even Gato's men on the side of the bridge see it. The bloody Zabuza can barely look up to see what looks like a storm coming, and he can hear the laughter of that blonde brat. Ha ha ha, prepare to see what real lighting looks like, came the shout from the clouds, and what everyone sees leaves them shocked and strikes fear in the hearts of the blonde enemies. Zabuza even faints due to shock and fear. Storm release dragon of the heavens, Naruto shouts, and a blue dragon made of lighting comes out of the clouds giving a bone-chilling roar, and Naruto has a shit-eating grin on his face at the look of fear on Raiga and Gato's men's faces. Now know the true power of Naruto Uzumaki of the storm release. Naruto jumps off the dragon going down at Raiga, who can only stand there and take the hit. Naruto walks over to the place of impact and he can see that it left a huge hole in the bridge and not even a single trace of Raiga could be seen left. Man, I always leave nothing left of my enemies. He then notices some swords to the side. Oh, is that the Kiba blade? Well, don't mind if I do. He then picks them up and they sparkle with lighting for a little bit. And Naruto-kun, that was awesome, shouted Anko, jumping onto Naruto, who happily caught her. My god, that was easily a S-rank jutsu, and I can see he isn't even tired from that. He probably held back to not destroy everything in range. He hasn't even used the chakra of the 9 tails and he only has scratches and burn marks on his clothes. Naruto, just what are you? These are the thoughts of Kakashi, who is shocked at the display of power he just saw. Clapping could be heard coming from the end of the bridge, and some smoke moves to reveal that it is Gato and his thugs, who are a little scared at what they just saw. So, Zabuza, you failed and they call you a demon who can't even kill some kids. He then sees everyone on the bridge. Alright men, kill everyone but leave the women, especially that purple-haired one. I am going to have some fun with her. He gives a lustful grin at the Anko in Naruto's arms, who has a scowl on her face. Anko-chan, I am going to kill these guys really quick and then we can go back to the house and get it on. He gives her a deep kiss and a pinch to her nipple through her fishnet. Okay, and Naruto-kun, don't take too long, the slightly dazed Anko said at the kiss she just received. Alright, you guys will all die now. Shadow clone jutsu, clones of Naruto, appear and they all pull out their swords. Okay guys, let's lay waste to these idiots who dare threaten our women. They all rush into the bandits who charge with a war cry hoping to get some lucky shoots. What could only be described as a massacre is the scene the citizens of Wave appear on the bridge to see. One man but multiple versions of the man are all over the place slicing and killing the bandits with brutal strikes that they won't be getting up from. Unrivaled technique final, a large blast of wind comes from one of the Narutos who delivered a straight punch to the air. 5 clones have a group of the remaining 50 bandits and they are huddled together shaking. Galaxies split and next thing everyone knows is that the clones seem to disappear. And not even Kakashi's Sharingan can see them. The bandits fall, losing their heads. And then there was one little mouse in the trap. A bloody Naruto says with blood staining his black long sleeve under his armor. This turns Anko on at seeing how badass her man looks in all that blood. PP please don't kill me, I'll do anything. Gato says getting down on his knees to beg. Money, women, land, I have anything you could want. I want you to sign this paper which hands over your company to Tazuna. I want the code to your safe and the location of your base so we can take everything. Naruto says in a cold tone, scaring Gato so much he just did what he said without even thinking about what he said. Here I did what you asked, why you'll let me go, right? The still scared man said. I never said that. You are going to die for making my daughter suffer and killing her sister. Naruto then throws Gato high into the sky and gets in a stance to attack. Heaven. Splitter, Naruto whispers, but still everyone heard what he said. Then again everyone is shocked to see Naruto slice his blade vertical and up in the sky and Gato is split in half. And even the clouds are split, revealing a bright sun and blue sky. What the hell, this boy could have killed me easily, so why did he let me live? An awakened Zabuza asked, looking at the blonde in respect at what he just saw. Are you kidding me? He just split the fucking sky. This is going to be one report. Though Kakashi. Oh yeah, I'm riding him until the bed breaks. A soaking Anko, though looking at Naruto with lust as if reading her mind, turns to her and winks, making her blush. The people of Wave all let out cheers at what just happened to Gato and their now free country. They all run to Naruto and start to call him Naruto-sama and throw him in the air. Up and down, making him laugh. Wow, Papa is really strong. I hope I can be as strong as him one day. Rukia says. Anko hears what she says and rubs her bunny ears, making Rukia slap her hands away from her head. You're gonna need a lot of training if you want to be strong like your daddy. Anko says, smirking. Naruto, finally able to get down from the villagers, walks to his group. Alright you guys, let's go back to the house so we can rest and party, he says the last part with a grin. Making all the villagers cheer and run into town. Hey Naruto. Zabuza calls the blonde. What is it, no brows? Naruto says with a smirk. A tick mark appeared on Zabuza's head and a giggling Haku could be heard. Why did you let me live when you could have killed me easily? He asked, wanting an answer. Well, if I killed you, Haku-chan would be sad and I can't have that. He says, removing the mask of a blushing Haku. What does she have to do with it? Zabuza asked with a raised eyebrow at the blonde. Well, she loves you like her father and I can't kill her father now, can I? He said, smiling. This surprised Zabuza, who looked at Haku with wide eyes, who looked away feeling embarrassed. Haku, is that true? He asked with surprise in his voice. Why yes, Zabuza-sama, but I will stop because I am only a tool and tools don't have feelings. She said the last part sadly. This earned a smack to the ass for Haku and a smack to the head for Zabuza. Haku-chan, you are not some tool, you are a beautiful girl who just has a shitty father. He says, giving her a charming smile, making her blush, while Zabuza got another tick mark. And Zabuza, stop being an ass and tell her you love her too, or you get the same treatment as Gato. He says, grabbing his sheath, making Zabuza go wide-eyed and run towards Haku. Haku, I also love you like the daughter I have never had. Please forgive me so I don't die. He says on his knees in front of Haku. Haku only laughed and helped him up. Zabuza-sama, I could never hate you and I forgive you. She says, giving him a hug. Alright, all is well and good, now let's go party. Naruto then picks up Anko in a bridal style. You ready to get your world rock time? He says, smirking at the blushing Anko. Why yes I am, now let's go. To Zuna's house. The group arrives at the house with Zabuza and Haku. Everyone sits in the living room area. Naruto can be seen running upstairs with Anko over his shoulder, who is giggling like crazy along with a blushing Tsunami. Well, I guess he is gonna get his mission payment early. Kakashi and Zabuza giggle like perverts, causing them to be hit in the head by Haku and Sakura, whose faces were red at knowing what was gonna happen upstairs. Upstairs in Tsunami's room, Naruto threw the two on the bed and started to remove his gear, giving the girls a show, making them drool at his muscles. He puts up a silencing barrier and walks to them in nothing but boxers that do little to hide the monster peeking out his pants. Okay, I hope you girls are ready. I will be testing out this never-ending stamina of mine. He says, grinning at the two women in front of him. Then he jumps on them and the sounds of skin hitting skin along with moans of the lattice having the best time echo throughout the room. Next morning, Naruto could be seen slowly opening his eyes to only close them when the sun shined in his eyes. A quick curse to the sun and he tried to get up only to realize he couldn't move. There was a tuft of purple and black on his chest. Then he remembered what happened last night and could only grin. It was his first time, but he performed like he was doing it his whole life, and by the satisfied looks on their faces he would guess so. He rubbed their heads, whispering for them to wake up. Anko-chan, Tsunami-chan, it's time to wake up. He lays kisses on their heads. No, 5 more minutes, the half-awake Anko said. I don't want to leave bed just yet. Tsunami mumble. He could only chuckle at them. Well, if we don't get up someone might walk in on us, and you don't want that, do you? Well, I would get up if I could feel my legs. Anko said, hitting him on the chest lightly with a cute pout. Why yes, I also can't feel my legs. The embarrassed Tsunami said. Well, I did tell you I was gonna tear that ass up, didn't I? He says, smirking, making both girls blush. Why yes you did, but you were like an animal and it was my first time and you ravaged me like I never thought possible. A blushing Anko said. Well, you did ride me like you said you would, and let me say those melons were bouncing like crazy. Naruto says, grabbing one of her breasts, which makes Anko moan. Yes, Anko-chan is right. I have never been taken like that before. I was always the dominant one during these things. A blushing Tsunami said. Yes, I thought it was your first time we would be able to be in charge. A pouting Anko said. But I don't mind as long as it is you. She blushed and turned her head. Ah, no need to be embarrassed, there was none of that when you were calling me Naruto-sama when I had you in doggy style. He says, laughing at the red-faced Anko. You too. Tsunami, when you were up on the wall. I had to pick you up because you almost fell to the ground. He turns to Tsunami, who looks away red-faced at how she was. Haha, okay, let's get up before someone walks in and gets a good view. How about we take a shower and clean up? He then looks at them like a predator at its prey. And maybe we can have another round in the shower. The two can only shiver at his gaze and get turned on by it even more. An hour later and a couple orgasms later, the two girls can be seen limping downstairs with bright smiles on their faces, and Naruto is smirking like he won the jackpot. Everyone looks at them with knowing grins except the kids who don't know what is going on. So how was it? A giggle escaped Zabuza as he couldn't help himself. It looks like you three had a good night. He giggles alongside Kakashi when they are both hit by blushings. Haku and Sakura, who mumble about pervy teachers. We had a good night's sleep. A blushing Tsunami replied, limping to the kitchen. I'll make breakfast so we can get started on our day. Good morning Papa, Rukia says, jumping in Naruto's arms. Look what I can do. She then makes a rabbit out of ice and gives it to Naruto. Oh wow, when did you learn how to make these? He replies to her, taking the rabbit. Well, big sis Haku showed me how to do it. Turns out we are from the same clan and she is going to help me train my powers. She says happily. Well, that is great. Maybe she can come back to the village and show you how. He says, looking at Haku, who is surprised. I would love that, but I have to stay with Zabuza. She says, a little sadly at not being able to follow her new little sister. Haku-chan, you can go with him back to the village if you want to. I was gonna head back to the rebellion in Kiri and maybe help them out with all the money we got from Gato. There is no way we should lose. He replies to everyone in the room. That is what you had planned all along, isn't it? Naruto says, looking at him. Yes, it is. I can't go back to the lead having killed one of its ninjas. Now. But Zabuza, will you be okay without me? I know it can be hard for you sometimes, are you sure? Haku says worriedly. A tick mark appears on Zabuza's head. I am not some little kid, Haku, I can take care of myself. Okay Zabuza, I will miss you. She cries a bit and gives him a hug. Okay team, we just have to wait until the bridge is done and then we can make our way back to the leaf and take some time off. Kami knows I need it. He finishes the last part. In his head, a week goes by with everyone helping finish the bridge, and with the help of Naruto's shadow clones it didn't even take that long. They spent the rest of the week having a town celebration of their new hero Naruto. He even got a statue made, much to Sasuke's anger, who was filled in with the details of the battle, and he vowed to go to the council and make him hand over all his powers to him. Naruto also kept training, and Rukia would train with Haku while he made Sakura practice with him, who was starting to show signs of getting better by being able to do 10 laps around the whole village without stopping, but still could not do all 50 like Naruto and the other Jonin could, which made her sad, but Naruto fixed it by putting her on his back and flying her around the sky. Inari had started to call him Ota-san, which made Tsunami blush at thinking of having kids with Naruto. Kasumi had been a little distant with Naruto and it made him worry about her because she has never been like that. He said he would talk to her when he made it back to the village because he missed her. Bridge. The whole town was at the end of the bridge wanting to wish Naruto and the rest of his team goodbye, and all of Team 7 and Team 11 were there just accepting all the praise with smiles on there, and Inari were also there. They had wanted to go back with Naruto to the village because they thought it would be great for them while Tazuna ran the village. Naruto had developed a fan club, much to the girls' irritation. Okay, goodbye everyone, we will see you when I come back and we are gonna have a huge party. The crowd gives a big cheer at his words. Goodbye Naruto-sama, we love you, his fan club said, and he smirked and winked at all of them. They all start to walk off the new named bridge called the Great Naruto Bridge. Much to his happiness and Sasuke's annoyance. They all walk down the path answering questions of the curious kids and Tsunami until a crossroad appears. Alright, this is where I leave you guys and see you some other time, Zabuza said, giving a hug to his daughter who was crying. But they are stopped when a group of Mist Umbu appear. Zabuza Momochi, you are to come with us, the captain said, walking up to the man. Yes, so you can kill me? I don't think so, he says, pulling his blade off his back. No, you have it wrong, the war is over and we have a new Mizukage, he said, pulling out a paper with their mission on it and a message to Zabuza. He read the message and started to shake with fear at who is the new Mizukage. Mei Terumi is the new leader. He remembers all the times she tried to kill him with those lava balls and shuddered. Okay, I will come with you guys. Well, would you look at that, everything worked out just fine, Naruto said, smiling. Now let's get back. I need some ramen. He then picks up Rukia, Tsunami, and Inari, putting them in the arms of clones while he goes through a couple hand signs. water-style water shockwave. He shouts and a wave as big as the gates of Konoha form and he jumps on top of the wave, making its way to the village at high speeds, laughing the whole way while some of the others screamed. "This is gonna be a crazy report." Kakashi cried anime tears at his problems. Chapter 8. Gates of Konoha. We can see the ever-present guards who defend the village with all their might and years of fighting those who dare to challenge their village. Izumo and Kotetsu. "Man, I am so bored, I wish something new would happen," Kotetsu says, drawing another card from the deck. Him and Izumo often play cards to help pass the time because on days like these it just goes by so slowly. "Stop complaining, we have a duty to do for the village, we have an important job. We must make sure no person who wishes to harm the village can come in," he says, placing down his cards for a royal flush with a grin. Kotetsu can only sigh and slump in his seat at another loss in his belt. "You only say that because you keep winning," pointing a finger at his best friend. Izumo puts his hands up in defense of his statement. "Hey, no need to play the blame game, you just suck at this game." He then sighs. "Where is Naruto when you need him? He always keeps this place feeling lively." "Yeah, who are you telling? He has gotten so strong, he even beat Anko, and we can't even beat her if we team up." Kotetsu replies with excitement when talking about Naruto. Turns out he has always been a fan of Naruto's pranks and his new powers. "Yeah, he will most likely become a jonin before we do." Izumo replies a little sad at that part. "Hey, why don't we start to train again? Maybe we will be able to get prompted as well," he says, a little excited at the last part. "Yes, you're right. We will start to train tomorrow and we will be able to kick Naruto's butt in no time." The two high-five each other at their new goal. But the two are stopped when the ground starts to rumble and they can see trees being knocked down in the distance. "Umbu!" Kotetsu yells, making 5 Umbu appear out of nowhere. There is something coming from the tree line and I can sense multiple chakra signatures. "Squad, I will get on top of the wall to check, you stay here and wait for any attack that might come." They all do just as they said, with them getting their weapons ready. What the Umbu see surprises him. It is a massive wave of water coming this way. "Everyone perform the basic earth wall and put in as much chakra as you can," the captain says, jumping down, and they all perform the jutsu. As the wave approaches they can all see it and hear the waves crashing and what sounds like laughing. Prepare for impact. A second later they are all smashed with the heavy waves and the wall starts to crack and some water shoots through some holes. "Hold it," the captain screams, only for all the water to disappear. "That was fun, Naruto-kun, can we do it again?" Anko says, hanging off of Naruto with a wide smile on her face. She wasn't the only one smiling. Kakashi, Sakura, Rukia, Tsunami, Inari, Sasuke, and even the now free Ranmaru, who was stuck in a ceiling seal until Naruto released him. Everyone on the other side of the wall, and even other ninja who had come because they felt all the chakra being used, along with some civilians. They froze when they heard the name Naruto. Some were confused. Was he the one who did all that chakra and massive waves? "Haha, don't you worry your pretty little head, we can do it as much as you want," he replied, laughing until he saw everyone looking at him. "Oh, hey there Kotetsu and Izumo, how's it going?" waving a hand like nothing happened. "Uzumaki-san, did you create this huge wave?" the captain of the Umbu asked, getting out of his shock. He wanted to take this brat to the Hokage and have him explain why he did what he did. "Yes, I did, awesome, right?" he says, grinning at them. "Hell yeah it was, can I come next time?" an Umbu with a lizard mask said. "Only to be hit by another to be quiet." "You bet you can, I'll even take you guys." He points to the gate guards who are shaking with excitement. "Uzumaki-san, that was dangerous and could have harmed someone. I will take you to the Hokage office and have you explain your actions." "Mama, no one was hurt, we just wanted to make it to the village fast and he used this to travel here." Kakashi says, trying to calm down the problem. Kakashi-senpai, you were also involved in this. I must tell everyone how childish you have become. The Umbu then tried to walk to Naruto and grab him, but Naruto pushed his hand away. If you want to take me, you will have to catch me, he replied with a devilish smirk that scared the Umbu because they knew they could not catch him. I will not be in these games, Uzumaki-san just dash. He is cut off when Naruto hit him with a paint bomb that turned his clothes pink, making everyone laugh at him. Fine, if that's what you want. When I catch you, I will cut your legs off so you can't run anymore. He then orders the Umbu to engage him. You guys go ahead to the old man's office and I will meet you when I shake these guys, he says while running into the village at high speeds. The Umbu could barely keep up with. Will daddy be okay? He said those guys are the elite of the village. A worried Rukia asked Haku, who only picked her up. Don't worry, Rukia-chan, Naruto-kun has told me he was able to avoid those guys at your age, so I'm sure he will be just fine, Haku says, rubbing her head. Well, we can leave him to have some fun with those guys while we go to the office. I am sure he will have lost them by the time we get there, Enko says, starting to walk off. And the group follows him. While walking through the village, Rukia, Tsunami, and Inari are amazed by how big the village is and can't believe how many stores that they have. But they also feel a little anger towards them because they are the same ones who were hurting Naruto. When the group finally makes it to the office of the Hokage, they can hear voices in the room and it sounds like a meeting is going on. They decide to go inside to see what is going on, but are shocked at who they see. The current Hokage, who has blonde white hair that are in braids with dark skin. A build that is built for muscles and to grapple and throw heavy punches that will leave you in the hospital. 2 companies with him. The one too is right is Killer B, the 8 Tails Jinchuriki, and has a build similar to that of his brother the Hokage. On the other side of the Hokage is a woman who has a more slender build with light skin and blonde hair that goes to her back in a braid, who happens to be the 2 Tails Jinchuriki. They all stop when Teams 7 and 11 enter the room, and a moment of silence is there until it is broken by the old Hokage, who gives an awkward cough. Hello teams, I see both missions were a success, he says, giving them a smile, trying to make the awkward situation go away. Yes, Hokage-sama, our mission was a success, but had some weird things go on during the mission, and my report will definitely be one for the ages. Kakashi steps up speaking, after giving a bow to the Hokage, who only nodded, recognizing who he was. He then motions for Tazuna's family along with Rukia and Haku to walk forward, and they all are a little nervous at all the high-class people in the room. Hello Hokage-sama, my name is Tsunami and this is my son Inari and we wish to join the village. The woman speaks up, a little nervous. The old Hokage can only give a grandfatherly smile at them, which makes them feel a little better. Okay, what makes you come to our village, if I may ask? Well, I came here to be with Naruto-kun. She replies, blushing at remembering Naruto and how many times they had sex of the week. Hee, I see, so you are sharing him with Enko. The old man and Kakashi giggle like perverts. Oh Hokage-sama, they are sharing him all right, Kakashi says, hinting at what they did, making Enko and Tsunami blush. Shut up, you pervert, Enko says, hitting him in the balls with a red face. The old man gets a bit off a nosebleed at what he is thinking, but he wipes it away. The Hokage and his group can only sweat drop at what is going on. It's like they totally forgot we are here, and who is this Naruto they keep talking about? Must be some lucky man if 2 women are sharing him. Okay, we can talk more about that when Naruto-kun gets here, he says, getting under control a little bit. Now what about you two, looking at Rukia and Haku? Well, my reason is similar to Tsunami-chan, I also wished to join the village but as a ninja, Haku says, making an ice rabbit, much to the Hokage and group from Kumo surprise. Hey old man, don't forget about me, I can also do that. She then makes another ice rabbit like Haku. They are surprised again at this because there are 2 clan members that could bring in new bloodlines. Haha, old man, I can see you hang with Naruto-kun a lot, can't you? He replies, laughing at her name for him. Of course I will, he is my dad after all. Rukia says, smiling. The Hokage stops laughing and looks at her in shock. Daughter, he must have picked her up on his mission, and with how similar these 2 are I can see why he did that. But if raises her to be just like him, oh my god, this is not good. Another prankster, and she has ice powers, she will also be really strong. I need to find another successor to take my place or I will die from a heart attack with these 2. He then starts to sweat heavily at all the things that go through his head at the possibilities. Hokage-sama. Oh, sorry about that, I was lost in my thoughts for a second. So you wish to be adopted by him? I shall write everything up now. He pulls out some papers and starts to write at light speed so he can help Naruto and this girl. By the way, where is Naruto-kun? We need him to sign and give me a report. He says, looking at them. Well, the Umbu were after him because we arrived at the village on a wave the size of the front gates and they wanted to arrest him for scaring them and causing trouble. Kakshi says, a little bit nervous. Haha, this sounds like a very fun guy. I wish to meet him. Where is he? The Hokage says, laughing at everything this Naruto guy was doing. Well, he should be here in a little while, you know how the Umbu can never catch him. Enko replies with a wave of her hand. Hokage-sama, I can feel a great power coming here and it feels similar to mine. Yujito says, looking outside for the power closing in fast. Yeah bro, this power is massive, it's even stronger than all of us, B says in a rare moment of seriousness and a little nervous at the power. Everyone turns to the window where they can hear the cheers of the crowd and cat calls of the ladies. They can see what looks like something is coming. Everyone from the Leaf already knows, but those of Kyumo have no idea and are getting ready for anything. Ha, dynamic entry. The shout comes from Naruto as he is seen coming through the window with a grin in place and in his blue armor similar to that of the second Hokage. I told those Umbu they wouldn't catch me, not even when I'm on my deathbed would they get me. He says, dusting himself off while taking a look around at everyone with wide eyes. Papa. The shout came from Rukia as she ran to him and he caught her in his arms while spinning around, making her giggle and laugh. Hello my little snow princess, is everything going okay with the old man? He replies, smiling at her still in his arms. Hee yes, and I called him old man just like you said. But Hake-ne-chan says I must call him with respect and she hits me on the head. Will you punish her for me, daddy? Rukia says, doing the puppy eyes jutsu on him with tears in the corner of her eyes. Ah, don't you worry, I will be sure to make sure Haku gets spankings for making you cry. He says, giving Haku a smirk, making her blush and covering her butt. But she is right, we must address him with respect. Even though he is an old man, he is still the strongest ninja, after you kick-ass dad, that is. He says, puffing out his chest, making her giggle. Yeah, I want to be a kick-ass ninja too, she says, waving her hands up only to be bonked on the head by her dad. Language or no candy for a week, he says, giving a stern glare, making her go wide-eyed. A week? No. I promise I won't say the bad words ever again. She shakes him, looking at him with horror. Well, I better not catch you saying any bad words, he says, smirking at her. Naruto-kun, you can do that later, we have other matters to get into, he says, trying to get things under control. Yeah, no problem, Lord Old Man, what do you need, he says, stepping by his team, ignoring the Kyumo group who are looking at him with wide eyes at seeing what he just did and how everyone is all calm. Hokage Dano, we will continue our talk tomorrow for the exams if you don't want to listen to all this stuff. No, that's okay, I am really interested in this group you got here, he says, eyeing all of them. Hiruzen nods his head and then looks to the teams and asks for the report and what has happened. An hour goes by and Kakashi is just now starting to finish his report about what has all gone down on the mission. With wide eyes at what he is hearing along with the hidden Umbu and Kyumo group, So Haku, you used to work with Zabuza and now have split up and want to join our village? He says, looking at her. A quick nod from the girl and he sighs. Well, if that's the case, you will have to go on a probation for 2 months and then after that you can join our ninja ranks like you asked. Okay, Hokage-sama, I understand, she bowed in appreciation. For the meantime you can stay with Naruto along with the new Rukia Uzumaki. He said, smiling. Making Naruto smile, but Rukia was asleep. Tsunami and her son will also live with you. Not a problem, but I am gonna need a bigger place with all these people. Can I have the direction of the Uzumaki compound? I know one must still be here. This makes the old man freeze and a little nervous and scared. And Naruto, I dash. Don't, old man, I don't agree with what you did, but just let me have everything that belongs to the clan and scrolls from my mother. And we can call it even, but come the Chunin exams I expect to know who my father is. Okay, Naruto-kun, I'll give you everything. He then goes and opens a slot under his desk and takes out scrolls and sealed letter. Here, this is everything Kushina sealed up before she died to the Kyuubi. Wait, he is the son of Kushina Uzumaki, the Red Death. The Hokage shouts, losing his cool for a second. Wow, my mom sounds pretty badass if she was able to make you react like that, and she also got a pretty badass nickname. Naruto says, smirking. Kid, you have no idea, that woman was scary. Killer Bee shivered at hearing the laugh of the Red Death. Can I see a picture of her, please? Naruto said, looking at the Hokage with hope. Well, there are better ones at the compound, but I guess you can look at this old one. Grabbing something from his desk, the Hokage hands a picture to him and Naruto gasps. Oh my Kami, my mom is freaking hot. The blonde says, making everyone sweat drop at what he said. Really, Naruto-kun, that is the first thing you say when you see her? Anko smacks her face in exaggeration. I can't help it, just look at her beautiful red hair and round face that just makes her look even more cute. Not to mention her rocking body and cup size. Naruto-kun, you do realize you're checking out your mom, right? Tsunami says in a blank tone. Well, anyways, Naruto-kun, now that you know you're in a clan, you will have to go in the CRA, and I have to tell the council of this along with your daughter and Haku, the old man says a bit seriously. If they try anything stupid or talk out of line, they are dead, no questions asked. Naruto said, dead serious, looking at Hiruzen, who tries to suppress a shudder at his gaze. Okay, and about your bloodline, they will also try to force women on you. It won't work, only I will pick who gets a piece of me. He then picks up Rukia and walks off to his house and the rest of his group. Well, Hokage-sama, that is one interesting kid you have there. The Hokage said, sitting in a chair. Yes, and I can sense he holds the Kyuubi. That must be why he is so strong and can do all those jutsu he said he did. Yujito says, speaking up. Yeah, ain't no way he's stronger than 8-0 as a little brat, but if he thinks he's good he can always come and mess with the bull. B says, rapping again. You have it wrong, he's never used the Kyuubi chakra once. The old man says, shocking all of them. B, but why are they not on good terms? Yujito asked. He tells me they are really close, he just hasn't met anyone where he needed to use the chakra, so he only has fought with his own power, shrugging his shoulders at them. Well, when we get back to Kumo we will have to tell our genin to up their training, the buff Hokage says. And not to mention he didn't even acknowledge that we were in the room. He is a little bit pissed at that part. Uzumaki compound. We can see Naruto walking with a sleeping Rukia and Inari on his shoulders sleeping. He is walking with Tsunami, Anko, Haku, and Ranmaru, who have all decided to stay with him. So Ranmaru, when we get settled in and they have the council meeting, I will introduce you to the Hyuga head and try to get you in their clan and they will help you. He speaks to Ranmaru in the arms of a clone. Oh, okay, thank you for doing all this for me. He says a little shyly. They all stop when they get to a gate with a giant red swirl in the middle of it. He sees seals on the gate and rubs some blood on it, recognizing it as a blood seal and the gates. Open to a compound in perfect conditions due to the seals that help keep the place clean. Wow, this place is huge, he says, looking at the massive front yard that has a stone pathway in the middle. They begin to walk the path until they make it at the front door and Naruto puts the key in and opens the door to a massive mansion with space enough for them to stick a pool in the middle of the floor. Holy crap, this place is huge, Anko says with her jaw on the ground. I know, look at that kitchen, Tsunami says and quickly runs to it with stars in her eyes, making everyone sweat drop. Rukia-chan, Inari-kun, wake up and look at your new house, he says softly, shaking the kids awake. Papa, they both say at the same time. Yeah, that's me now, look at your new house. They turn around and go wide-eyed and start to run around. Rukia even walked on the ceiling, making Inari pout because she didn't help him. Rukia-ne-chan, pick me up as well, he says, reaching out. She grabbed his hand and tried to pull him up. Little bro, you are so heavy, what have you been eating? She says, struggling. What, I am not heavy, why you rabbit brain? He says to Rukia. What did you call me, fish brain? She says, getting his face. Rabbit brain. Fish brain. The two disappear in a comical cloud of smoke, fighting and throwing insults at each other. Alright you two, you can stop now, he says, walking up only to be hit by a flying carrot, making the kids stop and look at their dad in horror. Alright, you kids are gonna get it now. He then makes a water whip to spank them and start chasing them around the compound, making Anko, Haku, and Ranmaru sweat drop. Well, they can go and play, how about we go pick out our rooms? Anko said, getting out of her shock. Yes, let's, Haku said, picking up Ranmaru, who needed help to walk. Once Naruto was done playing with the kids, he goes into the master bedroom where he can see pictures of his mother and a blonde man who him. This is the fourth Hokage. Am I the son of the fourth Hokage? He sits down on the bed in shock. Looking around, he can see more pictures of the two and then see a pregnant Kushina along with Minato. Namikaze. So my own dad sealed Kasumi-chan into me. He smiles a little bit holding the picture, and some tears come to his eyes at finally knowing who his family was. I was born to be a badass. He chuckles a little bit at that statement. He gets up and walks to the closet, seeing all his mother's clothes and his dad's cape as well. A little big, but I can grow into it, he says, taking the cape off. I will tell the group and those I trust. He leaves the room to go to the front of the house. He sees Tsunami in the kitchen happily cooking lunch. Rukia and Inari in the backyard training with Haku. Anko is on the couch eating dango, watching TV with her coat off, leaving her only in her fishnet shirt, with Ranmaru in her lap also eating dango with a smile. It's what I always wanted, friends and family to call my own, he says. A little more tears are coming to his eyes, but he wipes them away and walks to the front door. I am going out. I will get the rest of your stuff, Anko, and also mine, so we can get settled into our new home. Everyone smiles and waves him goodbye. Streets. In the streets he can see many people giving him smiles and nods from the ninjas and the kids still smiling happily at him. It seems as if they are starting to see me for me and not Kasumi-chan. He frowns at the fact that she is still not talking to him. He is cut off when he can smell his favorite food, and he goes over there to greet the two people who work there. Hello you guys, have you missed me? He said, sitting in the seat reserved for him. And Naruto-kun, is that you? The shocked Ayam says, a little pink on her face at seeing how handsome he looks. Oh hello Naruto, where have you been? We thought you forgot about us. Sorry about that, I was training and also just got back from a mission. But can I get some of that food of the gods, he says, drooling at the food. Sure Naruto-kun, just don't do that again, okay? Ayam says, hitting him on the head. Sorry Ne-chan, I won't do it again. He then spends a little while eating 30 bowls of ramen and telling them about what he has been doing for the last 2 months. And to say the two were shocked is an understatement. He said he would show them during the Chunin exams if they made a poster and cheered with his new family. They agreed to it instantly, making him laugh. He is now walking from Enko house with all her stuff in a scroll and was now making his way to his house only to be stopped when an angry Kurenai Yuhi jumped in his path giving him a death glare. "Hello Kurenai-chan, I've missed you," he said smiling. She blushes a little bit but shakes it off because she is angry at him. "Don't Kurenai-chan me. Where have you been, mister?" she says, getting in his face, making him raise his hands. "I am sorry, I wanted to tell you I had a mission with Enko but it was an emergency and I couldn't find you." She looks at him for a bit before sighing. "Okay, that is a good reason, I just overreacted a bit, I understand. Don't worry Kurenai-chan, how about I make it up to you?" He grabs her and pulls her into an empty alley and pushes her against the wall, making Kurenai blush and try to look away. But Naruto grabs her by the neck and whispers in her ear, "How about I rip these clothes off you and take you up against this wall," giving her ear a bite and kissing her on the neck, making her moan. "NN Naruto-kun, no we can't do that," she says through moans, arching her back a little bit. He then starts to run his hands down her sides and grabs her by the ass and giving it hard smacks. He slides a hand in between her legs and grabs one of her breasts, giving it a squeeze. My Kurenai-chan, you are all wet. You are liking this, aren't you?" he says, smacking her ass again. He then plants a kiss on her lips, making her eyes go wide at getting kissed by Naruto for the first time. She then gets over the surprise and starts to kiss him back, trying to get control, but is stopped when he picks her up, making her gasp, and he sticks his tongue in her mouth. "Naruto-kun, I like you," she says, red-faced at everything that is going on to her. "I know I am going to have to share with Enko, but I am okay with it. She already told me it was okay." "Well, that's good because I am in the CRA and you are gonna have to share with some other women," leaving her shocked. "I knew this would happen, at least I can have you to myself right now," she says, going back into the make-out session. "Oh Kurenai-can, you naughty girl, it seems you are a pervert." She blushed at what he said before she smirked. "Only for you Naruto-kun," she says, reaching in his pants only to go wide-eyed. "How are you so big? You're only 13, she says, a bit more shocked. "Well, I look like a 15-year-old and that means certain parts of me also look older," he says, smirking at her shock. "Just ask Enko and Tsunami when you get back to my compound. They will tell you all about it. Rukia-ne-chan, pick me up as well," he says, reaching out. She grabbed his hand and tried to pull him up. "Little bro, you are so heavy, what have you been eating?" she says, struggling. What, I am not heavy, why you rabbit brain," he says to Rukia. "What did you call me, fish brain?" she says, getting his face. "Rabbit brain. Fish brain." The two disappear in a comical cloud of smoke, fighting and throwing insults at each other. "Alright you two, you can stop now," he says, walking up only to be hit by a flying carrot, making the kids stop and look at their dad in horror. "Alright, you kids are gonna get it now." He then makes a water whip to spank them and start chasing them around the compound, making Enko, Haku, and Ranmaru sweat drop. "Well, they can go and play, how about we go pick out our rooms?" Enko said, getting out of her shock. "Yes, let's," Haku said, picking up Ranmaru, who needed help to walk. Once Naruto was done playing with the kids, he goes into the master bedroom where he can see pictures of his mother and a blonde man who him. This is the fourth Hokage, am I the son of the fourth Hokage? He sits down on the bed in shock. Looking around, he can see more pictures of the two and then see a pregnant Kushina along with Minato. Namikaze. So my own dad sealed Kasumi-chan into me. He smiles a little bit holding the picture and some tears come to his eyes at finally knowing who his family was. I was born to be a badass. He chuckles a little bit at that statement. He gets up and walks to the closet, seeing all his mother's clothes and his dad's cape as well. A little big, but I can grow into it, he says, taking the cape off. I will tell the group and those I trust. He leaves the room to go to the front of the house. He sees Tsunami in the kitchen happily cooking lunch. Rukia and Inari in the backyard training with Haku. Enko is on the couch eating dango, watching TV with her coat off, leaving her only in her fishnet shirt, with Ranmaru in her lap also eating dango with a smile. It's what I always wanted, friends and family to call my own, he says. A little more tears are coming to his eyes, but he wipes them away and walks to the front door. I am going out. I will get the rest of your stuff, Enko, and also mine, so we can get settled into our new home. Everyone smiles and waves him goodbye. Streets. In the streets he can see many people giving him smiles and nods from the ninjas and the kids still smiling happily at him. It seems as if they are starting to see me for me and not Kasumi-chan. He frowns at the fact that she is still not talking to him. He is cut off when he can smell his favorite food, and he goes over there to greet the two people who work there. Hello you guys, have you missed me? He said, sitting in the seat reserved for him. And Naruto-kun, is that you? The shocked Ayam says, a little pink on her face at seeing how handsome he looks. Oh hello Naruto, where have you been? We thought you forgot about us. Sorry about that, I was training and also just got back from a mission. But can I get some of that food of the gods, he says, drooling at the food. Sure Naruto-kun, just don't do that again, okay? Ayam says, hitting him on the head. Sorry Ne-chan, I won't do it again. He then spends a little while eating 30 bowls of ramen and telling them about what he has been doing for the last 2 months. And to say the two were shocked is an understatement. He said he would show them during the Chunin exams if they made a poster and cheered with his new family. They agreed to it instantly, making him laugh. He is now walking from Enko house with all her stuff in a scroll and was now making his way to his house only to be stopped when an angry Kurenai Yuhi jumped in his path, giving him a death glare. Hello Kurenai-chan, I've missed you, he said, smiling. She blushes a little bit but shakes it off because she is angry at him. Don't Kurenai-chan me. Where have you been, mister? She says, getting in his face, making him raise his hands. I am sorry, I wanted to tell you I had a mission with Enko, but it was an emergency and I couldn't find you. She looks at him for a bit before sighing. Okay, that is a good reason, I just overreacted a bit, I understand. Don't worry Kurenai-chan, how about I make it up to you? He grabs her and pulls her into an empty alley and pushes her against the wall, making Kurenai blush and try to look away. But Naruto grabs her by the neck and whispers in her ear. How about I rip these clothes off you and take you up against this wall, giving her ear a bite and kissing her on the neck, making her moan. NN Naruto-kun, no we can't do that, she says through moans, arching her back a little bit. He then starts to run his hands down her sides and grabs her by the ass and giving it hard smacks. He slides a hand in between her legs and grabs one of her breasts, giving it a squeeze. My Kurenai-chan, you are all wet. You are liking this, aren't you? He says, smacking her ass again. He then plants a kiss on her lips, making her eyes go wide at getting kissed by Naruto for the first time. She then gets over the surprise and starts to kiss him back, trying to get control, but is stopped when he picks her up, making her gasp, and he sticks his tongue in her mouth. Naruto-kun, I like you, she says, red-faced at everything that is going on to her. I know I am going to have to share with Enko, but I am okay with it. She already told me it was okay. Well, that's good, because I am in the CRA and you are gonna have to share with some other women, leaving her shocked. I knew this would happen, at least I can have you to myself right now, she says, going back into the make-out session. Oh Kurenai-kan, you naughty girl, it seems you are a pervert. She blushed at what he said before she smirked. Only for you Naruto-kun, she says, reaching in his pants only to go wide-eyed. How are you so big? You're only 13, she says, a bit more shocked. Well, I look like a 15-year-old and that means certain parts of me also look older. He says, smirking at her shock. Just ask Anko and Tsunami when you get back to my compound. They will tell you all about it. Why, you and Anko had sex? She says, shocked. Yup, and I tore that ass up. But don't worry, your time will come. He gives her ass a smack before body flicking her to his house and giving Anko her stuff, getting a kiss from her. And giving Tsunami a kiss as well. He left to go back to get his things from his house. When he was finally done with that, he was walking back down the streets of the village when an Umbu appeared in his path. The council wishes to speak with you. The Umbu said and disappeared. I knew it would come sooner or later. He then body flickers to the chambers. Council chambers. In the chambers all of the clan heads and the civilian members can be seen all together. With the Hokage at the end of the table and everyone else on the sides waiting for the Uzumaki to show. Hey there, old man, is it already time for this meeting? He says, standing in the middle of the room with everyone looking at him. He looks at all the civilian heads with a blank face, unnerving some of them until he sees Sakura's mom and gives her a charming smile. Because out of everyone she was always nice to him and helped where she could. This makes the young blonde blush a bit at how handsome he looks. He then looks at the clan heads and nods, but when he sees Hayashi he stares at him for a little bit, making the room tense a bit. I have something to talk to you about, Hyuga. He says in a neutral tone. It is Hyuga-sama to you, boy. He responds in a blank tone matching Naruto. You get my respect when you earn it. But I have discovered a child on a mission with powers similar to your Byakugan, but his eyes go red and he lacks physical strength because of his eyes from what I could see so far. Hayashi eyebrows raised a little bit at what he was hearing. I want to see him for myself. I will go get him now. He disappeared in a lighting body flicker, shocking everyone. Only to come back a moment later with him. This is Ranmaru and he has the bloodline I am talking about. Ranmaru then activates his powers and Hayashi is shocked because it is something that was only shown in the early years of the Hyuga days during the war and states area. When the Hyuga's eyes would get stained with blood, leaving them that color, causing a genetic mutation. How that is the red Byakugan not seen since the war and states period. This shocked everyone because he never loses his cool, and then they heard what he said and were even more shocked. Hayashi, what does this red Byakugan do that is different from yours? Asked the Hokage, wanting to know about anything. Well, there is not much on it, but from what I know it can see further and predict movements like the Sharingan. It has the ability to see even more chakra points that my eyes can't see. This left everyone surprised, and even Naruto and Ranmaru. Well, would you look at that, you are gonna be a kick-ass ninja like your Nii-san. Naruto says, grinning at Ranmaru on his shoulder, blushing from the attention he was getting. Thank you, and Naruto and Nii-san. Okay, I will take you home and tell everyone about your new powers. He then disappeared again. Wow, that boy is just full of surprises, said Shikaku, who was up for once. Oh, you know I am. He appeared standing next to Tsum, who was shocked at his appearance. She was even more shocked when he picked her up and sat her in his lap, grin still in place. I can sense your arousal, are you in your heat cycle? He says in her ear. Shut up, you stupid gaki, that's not for you to know. She says, getting out of her shock. He then puts his hands on her waist, moving them up and down. No need to lie to me, Tsum-chan. He blows in her ear, making her shiver at how sensitive her ears are. Stop, don't do that, she says, hitting his chest. He then starts to rock her back and forth, making her rub against his crotch with her wedding folds. Do you need me to come and help you with your problem? How about I come over later and help you? He says, still talking into her ear. She then gets up and body flickers to her house with her Nin-ken. Everyone in the room was shocked, the men had nosebleeds and the women had slight blushes. And Naruto-kun back on topic to the meeting, he coughs in his hand getting ready to speak. Naruto is the last member of the Uzumaki clan and has agreed to be in the CRA to help his clan. He also brought 2 Yuki clan female members and one his adoptive daughter. The clan heads are shocked because they didn't expect for him to be in the Uzumaki clan, they thought it was just a name given to show respect. The civilians on the other hand were not so happy, most were angry and some wanted his clan's power. One stupid civilian member got out of his seat to yell. "This demon brat is no clan heir, he is the son of a whore." Naruto got out of Tsum chair and put his hands together and pulled them apart showing a scythe of lighting and made his way to the man. Umbu jumped in his way but they were put to the ground when he released some of his killing intent. And they all fell to their knees and the clan heads also fell and the Hokage started to sweat. The civilians were throwing up and choking except for Mabuki who was only sweating. "My mother Kushina Uzumaki was not a whore and those words will never come out of your mouth again," he says in a cold tone. "PP please I am sorry," the man said shaking. "I don't care, you fools take me for some kind of joke. But you will learn to put some respect on my name." With that said he sliced the man's head off and then sat back down, leaving everyone silent for a moment. "Umbu, take the body away," the Hokage said getting over his shock. Hokage-sama kill this demon, he killed Larry, a civilian member said. "You see old man, this is what happens when you get soft and don't enforce rules, fools like this think they can just order you around, leaving people like me to clean up the mess." Naruto then gets up and does the same to the stupid civilian. "This is why I told you to get your act together and you should probably start to train again if you are gonna invite the other Kage to the exams. Because they won't respect you if you just look like an old man doing paperwork." This makes Hiruzen realize how right Naruto words are again and the clan heads can see the fire come back to the old man again and they smile while Danzo curses in his head. But he takes this moment to speak up. Hiruzen he is cut off when the Hokage looks at him and corrects him. "It is Hokage-sama to you elder." Hiruzen says in a firm Danzo curse even more in his head. "Sorry Hokage-sama, but we should put these girls in the CRA to rebuild the clan, giving us more ice users." In an instant Naruto was at Danzo's neck with his lighting scythe ready to cut his arm off. "Clearly you need some more convincing. How about I just get to the root of the problem, Lord Old Man?" Not giving him a chance to respond, Naruto slices Danzo's arm off that is covered in bandages to everyone's shock. But what they see leaves them grossed out. It is an arm covered with Sharingan eyes that are open. Naruto throws it to the ground and burns it with his lighting. "Damn you boy, do you know what you just did?" Danzo replied in pain. "Umbu, take his ass to Ibiki," the Hokage said, and they did just that. Everyone just looks at Naruto. "Now I think we all had a long meeting and just want to go home, so let's wrap this up and go, shall we?" "Oh Mabuki-chan, I will be coming over sometime to help Sakura-chan with her training." "So she has finally apologized to you, I am so glad," she said giving him a hug. "Well, see you guys some other time." He wraps his black trench coat with the orange flames on the bottom around him and disappears in a water tornado. "That boy is so troublesome," came the reply from the Nara head. Everyone can only nod. Uzumaki compound. "Hey guys, I am back." Naruto appears at the front door taking off his sandals. "Hello Naruto-kun." Enko, Kurenai, Haku, Tsunami, and Kurenai replied at the same time. "Hey Papa." Rukia and Inari say jumping on Naruto. "Welcome back Ni-san," Ranmaru said, waving on the couch. He could only smile at his welcome party. "Who is ready for dinner?" he shouts, getting excited from everyone. The Uzumaki compound was once again filled with laughter and joy. Chapter 9. Naruto's Mindscape. Naruto can be seen wearing a white t-shirt with black pants with foxes on them. He was in the forest. He called his mind looking for none other than Kasumi, who has not been talking to him for days. Where is she? You would think it would be easy to see a giant fox in the forest. Maybe she is in her human form and is in that little house she made. He continues walking until he comes across a cottage in a clearing next to a lake. I will admit she knows how to live in style. He walks to the door to knock. Hello Kasumi-chan, I've come to see why you don't want to talk to me. He does not get an answer, so he knocks again. Kasumi-chan, why won't you answer? Still no answer. She hasn't been talking to me since I had sex with Enko and Tsunami-chan. Now understanding why she doesn't want to talk to him, puts his head down. Kasumi-chan, I'm sorry, I understand why you don't want to talk to me now. It's because I slept with those two. Do you think that I would just leave you in here and never talk to you again? He still is not getting replies from the other side of the door. I wasn't just playing with your feelings, I truly care about you. We have become really close over these 2 months, and so close I can even say that I have feelings for you. He can hear moving inside the room at his statement, and he only smiles at that. I need you in my life, I want you there for my new family, the family that I want you to be a part of. He can hear someone coming to the door. I also miss your really soft tails. They make really good pillows. He chuckles and can hear one come from the other side of the door. When he is about to continue, he is cut off when the door opens and a crying Kasumi can be seen. Baka, making me cry. She then hits him with one of her 9 tails and sends him flying off into the forest. She runs after him with a smile on her face. I guess I can let you have that hit for making you cry, he says in pain while being stuck in a tree. I am sorry, Naruto-kun. I just thought you forgot about me and would leave me alone again. She pulls him from the tree into a warm hug, and he returns the hug. He then pulls back and grabs her chin and gives her a kiss that makes her toes curl. I hope that can make up for it, he says, smirking at the red-faced Kasumi. Baka, don't do that again. She looks away only to have her chin pulled to him again, and he gives her a soft kiss this time. I just couldn't help myself, you are so amazingly beautiful, I just had to let you know by showing my love to you, my foxy gods. This combined with the kiss made her pass out, with a goofy smile on her face. Hee hee, I've missed her. He then takes her back to her house and leaves the mind escape. Uzumaki compound, Naruto's room. Naruto opens his eyes and he can see Kurenai laying down on his chest with a happy smile on her face, and he can only chuckle at how she looks. He then rubs the top of her gently, making her mumble something in her sleep. Even in her sleep she looks beautiful. He gives a kiss to her head, making her wake up and give him a smile. Good morning, Naruto-kun. She then gives him a kiss and gets up and stretches, giving Naruto a good show. She sees this and smirks. You can look but you can't touch, she smirks sexily at him. Naruto then grabs her and puts her under him. Now Kurenai-chan, you're teasing me. I just might have to claim you as mine right now, he says, kissing her neck. En Naruto-kun, I said, and no touching, she says, trying to resist him. He gets off her, smirking at the disheveled red-faced Kurenai, and smiles. A good morning it is. He helps her up. Come on, we have to go wake everyone up. There are things to be done today. They leave the room and Naruto goes to wake up Rukia, but he can see her cuddled up to a rabbit plushie he bought her. Rukia-chan, it's time for breakfast, so wake up. She only mumbles and turns over. Papa, leave me alone, I'm a big girl, I can get up myself, she say, half awake. Okay, I'll just give Inari your breakfast since you don't want it. She shot up with a sharp carrot in her hand. Never. She then runs off in her bunny onesie, making him laugh out loud along with Kasumi in his mind. Kasumi-chan, why don't you come outside and show everyone who you are? Are you sure about that, Naruto-kun? She says a bit worriedly. It will be fine, I am going to tell everyone about who my father is anyways, so might as well tell them about you as well. He says with a wave of his hand. Okay, Naruto-kun, these people are trustworthy enough to know. She then appears in a puff of smoke in her human form in a black long-sleeve shirt along with orange pants matching Naruto. So you want to copy my look, huh? I still rock it better than you. He finishes with a smirk. Shut it, this was the first thing that came to mind. She replied, crossing her arms. Let's just go see everyone. I want to hold my little Rukia-chan again. They make their way to the kitchen table and everyone finds a seat and starts to eat breakfast. Everyone is having a good time, not even noticing a fox lady until Rukia points it out. Papa, who is this with the fox ears and tails? Rukia said, looking at her confused. Everyone then turns to the woman who is drinking orange juice like nothing is going on. Oh, hello Kasumi-chan, I haven't seen you in a while. Enko says, giving her a friendly smile which she returns. Everyone, I have some important news to share. This is Kasumi-chan, the nine-tailed fox, and my father is the fourth Hokage. He says to everyone who is wide-eyed. Rukia, Inari, Tsunami, and Enko just give her a wave, while those who are ninjas have a different reaction. Kurenai, Haku, and even Ranmaru look at her with a little fear in their eyes. The same one that attacked the village 13 years ago. Kurenai said a bit shakily. Yup, that's me. Kasumi said, expecting that reaction. Look, I know you are scared, but relax, that night she was under a genjutsu that made her react like that. She is just misunderstood, and plus if she was that big bad fox, would she do this? He appears behind her and pets her fox ears, making her purr before snapping out of it and hitting him with her tail. See, harmless, just a broken rib and a bruise maybe. He rubs his stomach. Naruto-kun, I have some cream, just let me put it on and it will be better. Haku says, walking to him. Okay, Haku-chan. He then take his shirt off, showing all the women, making them blush. Make sure to rub it in real good. He says, smirking at blushing Haku. Oh, okay, Naruto-kun. She then rubs it in, getting a feel of his abs, making the other girls jealous. Did you forget I can heal you, Naruto-kun? Kasumi said, a bit irritated at his way of teasing people. Everyone laughs at this, but then Enko remembers what else he said. Did you say your dad was the fourth Hokage? She said in his face. Yes, and if I see him I'd give him a dropkick to the face for what he did. Punk-ass, putting the village before his son. He could have just teleported Kasumi-chan out of the village and leave her be, but no, the village needs tailed beast. Well, I can see why you would think that. Do you hate him? Kurenai asked. I don't know right now. I am happy and upset at the same time, feeling downcast at the thought of his dad. Well, I am sure he didn't want to do it, Naruto-kun. I mean, he died so you could live, so he must have loved you. Haku says, pulling him into a warm hug. Yeah, but I need you guys to keep this a secret for me right now. I am not supposed to know until the Chunin exams, he said, looking at everyone. Don't worry, Papa, your secret is safe with me. Rukia shouts, standing on a platform of ice. Rukia-chan, how are you so good at your ice release already? Naruto asked, amazed at how she can already control it so easily. Haku-ne-chan says something about having the purest form of ice release and being really in tune with the spiritual aspect of chakra. Yes, that's right, she can even control my ice sometimes if she focused hard enough. I suspect she can be really good at genjutsu and the spiritual arts of the ninja life. Kurenai, hearing this, is shocked at how good this girl can be at genjutsu. I might be able to help you with your genjutsu, Rukia-chan. I am the genjutsu specialist of the village. She says with pride in her voice that made Enko roll her eyes. Okay guys, I am going out and I will be back sometime later. Make sure to lock the gate when you leave. He then walks back to his room to put on clothes. He can be seen wearing an open coat similar to his father but his is black with blue flames at the bottom. A simple black t-shirt with the storm kanji over his seal. Black umbu pants along with black ninja sandals. See you guys, he gives everyone a kiss on the head before he leaves. Streets of Konoha. Naruto is making his way to a weapon shop he heard from Anko was a good place to go if you wanted weapons and anything ninja related. Kurenai had also told him it was a good place and he decided to go over there and take a look for himself. Walking he can see a store called the Golden Leaf. Nice name, don't mind if I do. He then walks into the store looking at all the weapons around the store and clothes. Hello, welcome to the Golden Leaf, came a voice from behind the counter. Naruto looked over there and went wide-eyed at what he was seeing. A girl about the same age as him, she had brown hair with two buns on the top that made her look similar to a panda and big brown eyes and a small build. P Panda-chan. The blonde said walking to the wide-eyed girl. W Whiskers-kun. Is what the brown-haired panda-looking girl said. Ten, it is you. Naruto said, giving her a big hug and one that she returned happily. What happened to you? I was looking for you ever since you got adopted. Ten was now more happy than ever, her Onii-chan was back. I was also looking for you but then I got put on a team and we were not able to talk much in the academy. Naruto and Ten were friends ever since they were in the orphanage and he would always protect her from bullies who tried to pick on her for hanging with him. But they still stayed best friends and promised to be ninjas together. What team are you on, Onii-chan? I can see your headband but I have not heard about you yet. Didn't you say when you became a ninja you were gonna save a whole country? And then be Hokage? She teased him a bit. Haha, for your information I actually just got back from a mission to help save Team 7 who were stuck in Wave Country and for your information I did save a country. They even named the bridge after me. He said with pride only to be interrupted by a laugh. Yeah right, I bet it was all thanks to Sasuke-kun and all of his Uchiha power. This came from Ino and the rest of her team along with their teacher Asuma. I actually did. You can go and ask Kakashi. He replied to her and her team. Yes, Kakashi was talking about how he split the sky with his sword. Asuma said, taking a drag from his cancer stick. Just listen to yourself, cutting the sky. Yeah right, if Naruto did that I will be his slave for the rest of my life. She says, laughing at that. I swear on my ninja headband. Ino-chan, I don't think that is a good idea. Naruto was a bit nervous at how carefree she said what she did. Yeah, Ino, don't say stuff like that, so free you could really be his slave. Shikamaru said, wide-eyed at her. Shika, you are not buying this, are you? He may have had that really cool entrance but saving a country. She laughed again. You know what deal. If you are wrong, prepare to be calling me Naruto-sama in a cute maid outfit. He said, shaking her hand, grinning that made her nervous. The group follows Naruto as he gets Kakashi and makes him tell Ino that he split the sky with a swipe of his sword. Kakashi then repeats the battle to a wide-eyed Team 10 and Ten who wanted to catch up with her Onii-chan again. So I have to be a slave to Naruto. Ino then faints at what her life just turned into. Everyone else could not believe what just happened. They then make their way to the Hokage to tell him and have her fill out the papers along with her dad who had to find another clan heir. I can still be a ninja, right, Hokage-sama? Ino said in tears at what is happening. He can only sigh at the girl. It is up to Naruto if you can still be a ninja now. If he says yes you can but can never be your clan heir again. She drops her head and turns to Naruto, who is also shocked at what is going on. And Naruto, you will still let me be a ninja, right? Ino says, grabbing his arms. Yes, Ino-chan, I will not take your dream away from you. He says, making her give him a hug and to thank him. Thank you, and Naruto-sama. She says, embarrassed. Well, that's not all, you still have to get a slave seal to show who you belong to. The Hokage says, getting their attention again. A slave seal. Inoichi faints. Yes, it won't hurt, but it will just be like a tattoo, the Hokage said, like it was nothing. Well, Ino-chan, where would you like it? How about on your butt? He says, grinning at the blushing blonde. Only for Inoichi to rise up and try to choke Naruto. Not on my little girl. He tries to catch him again. Daddy, it's okay, it has to happen, I am fine with this, I will still be able to come see you and other things like that. Ino says, trying to calm her overprotective dad down. Yes, she is right, I am not going to make her some dumb blonde who can't think for herself. Naruto says, floating in the air. I will make her a great ninja worthy of serving the new Uzumaki clan. And who knows, she might get more maids and become the head mistress. He jokes. Ino-chan, come on, I won't mistreat you or anything like that, but I will expect you to act like a maid and all that other stuff. Come on, I will put the seal on you when we get to your new home. He then picks her up in a bridal-style carry, making her blush, and flies to his house. You know, this might be good for her. Naruto is a real ninja and he might turn her into something you can be proud of. The old Hokage says to Inoichi, who nods in agreement. Well, I am going to go tell my wife the good news. He says, a bit scared of how she will act. Uzumaki compound. A week has passed since Ino became Naruto's slave, and to say she was surprised was an understatement. She was actually having a good time and training along with Sakura and Tenten, who Naruto had gone to get from their house. Naruto had made her wear a traditional maid outfit when she was not training and she had to do tasks around the house. He kept to his word and didn't force himself on her like she thought he would, but he did make her get in their personal hot spring with him and clean him. Much to her embarrassment and happiness at being close to her master. Her training had made stacking results along with the rest of the girls. She was now fighting Sakura to a draw on top of the water for 4 hours straight, but they still could not beat Tenten, who was a serious kunoichi from the get-go. Sakura had taken to being a medical ninja while she along with Tenten practiced on expanding their jutsu some more because they both were lacking. She progressed to it like a fish in water. She could heal small cuts, revive small bugs, and worked on her strength training like Tsunade and was making good progress. Naruto had taken to training Tenten personally in his moonlight sword style, and she was doing so really well because she was already good with swords but couldn't hold a candle to Naruto. He made her practice many weapons so she could find what was perfect for her, making her a true weapons master, but she still had work to do on her jutsu. She was great with any kind of sword, but she really took to a katana. He discovered she had a strong wind affinity along with lighting. With knowing her affinities, he made her practice her ailments, and she can now split a leaf, and with her wind affinity and with her lighting affinity she could turn on a light bulb with her chakra only. He was the same with Ino by making her learn her chakra natures, and she had water and fire. He was not able to help her with fire, so he just let Anko do that while he worked on her water affinity. Ino was able to heat up a bucket of water with her fire chakra. She was able to light up a bulb just like Tenten was able to. We can now see the 3 girls in the back of Naruto's compound in an all-out spar, and the rest of the occupants of the house are on the sideline watching. Rukia, Inari, and Ranmaru can be seen cheering for Naruto. Mabuki is nervously sipping some water watching her daughter getting beat up in this spar, but is still cheering for her. Anko, Kurenai, Tsunami, Kasumi and Haku are all in medic outfits ready to run in and save someone. Sakura was sent flying when she was hit in the back by a shadow clone of Naruto that she did not see. Ino can be seen in a taijutsu match with Naruto, and it was not going well. She had to dodge a straight from Naruto and tried to dodge other attacks but could not keep up in time and was sent flying from a dynamic entry. And then there was one. Naruto said, pulling out his moonlight blade and getting in a straight stance across from Tenten, who was nervous at her and her friends getting beat easily. Do you think you can take me on, Panda-chan? He says, giving her a foxy smile. Tenten, a bit nervous at the dominating aura coming from Naruto, tries to muster up her confidence. I am ready and will take you down no matter what. Oh, does this panda have hidden fangs? Still smirking at her. Stop calling me a panda. She then charges at Naruto, who smirks even more. Let's dance. With that said, he charged her with blinding speeds, clashing blades with a struggling Tenten. She went for a sweep to his legs, but he jumped and used her body as a springboard and flipped off her, giving her a kick to the face. She then looks up and can see an owl coming to her. Water-style seeking owl, he shouts, and an owl the size of a lion crashes into her, knocking her to the ground. She however had to quickly roll out of the way because Naruto was coming down with his sword. She gets back to her feet and went through hand signs. Wind-style wind dragon. The dragon lets out a roar and makes its way to Naruto, showing it razor claws. Naruto only grins and does something really crazy. Grabbing a bow staff from the ground, he puts it in front of him and jumps into the dragon's mouth and slices it up while moving towards the wide-eyed Tenten. She gains her composure and does one of the techniques she learned. Moonlight swordsmanship subtle slide, she says, swinging her blade in a downwards diagonal direction. Only to be shocked when Naruto counters with his own move. Moonlight swordsmanship mountain split. He raises his moonlight blade in the air he summoned to him on his way to Tenten. Bringing down his arms, he performs a powerful downward slash, going right through Tenten attack and knocking her back from the impact that left a gash on her stomach, messing up her white training gi. Naruto let girls use. Correct your posture and tighten your core. You need more power, he said, walking to the down girl. Don't worry, that just means you need more physical training. Tenten pales at that, knowing how crazy his physical workouts are. Oh okay, Enai-chan. But can you help us out first? You kind of almost killed us. She motioned to all the girls passed out on the ground. Ha ha ha, don't worry, I held back. That last attack can split mountains and even the Hokage monument, so count yourself lucky. Picking her up in a bridal-style carry, making her blush. Oni-chan, I can walk by myself, she says, pouting at him, treating her like this. Oh Panda-chan, just let me handle this. Medics, we need some help. He yells to the sideline and they all come running. Come on Ten-chan, stay with us, you can get through this, Enko said, looking at the deep cut on her stomach. Sakura-chan, wake up baby, don't leave your mother alone with your father, Mabuki says, shaking her daughter up. Mom, you act like I'm dying, and what's so wrong with dad? She raised an eyebrow at her mom. Well, you see, your dad is kind of what, mom? Sakura said, looking at her mom. A pussy, Naruto said, helping Ino along with Haku and Kasumi. Yes, that it, your dad is a, hey wait, don't say that, Naruto-kun. All she got was laughter from the blonde and everyone else. Sakura, your dad was not a good parent to you. You said he was barely home, always doing some work, which left your mother having to raise you by herself most of the time, leaving you without a stable male in your life. Naruto says, looking at Sakura getting healed by Kurenai, who was also listening in on the conversation. That's why I have taken it upon myself to become that stable male figure in your life, and who knows, instead of Oni-chan it can be Tu-chan. He gives a wink to Mabuki, who blushes at what he said. Sakura, seeing this, using chakra to make her hit harder, punches Naruto in the stomach, sending him into the lake, making a splash. Don't go flirting with my mom, pervert. Making everyone laugh until she has to dodge a water dragon. So it seems you still want to train. Okay, I have some more physical training. To run away from the dragons, he goes through some hand signs and water, wind, and lighting. Dragons come from behind him, making Sakura, Ino, and Tenten take off screaming. Look what you did, forehead, Naruto-sama is gonna kill us, Ino said, crying anime tears. Just shut up and run, Tenten screamed, running away. All throughout the village the girls can be seen running from the dragons that seem to spawn every time another dragon was destroyed. Now that they are busy, let me go through some of these Uzumaki scrolls. Naruto walks inside taking off his white training gi, putting on an orange kimono with a red Uzumaki swirl in the middle of his back. See you guys in a little bit. I have some scrolls to read, he says, walking to his room waving everyone goodbye. Now in his room Naruto will take this time to read some of the scrolls that he was given. So let's see what my mom has to say, grabbing his mother's letter so he can read what she says. Hello son, it's me, your mother Kushina Uzumaki. I just want to say that I love you first of all, and I don't want to become a Jinchuriki like I was. I know the life of one, and it's not a good one. If it wasn't for your father Minato, I would still be an outcast being picked on. But this isn't about how hard my life was, it's about telling you about our clan, because the village will most likely forget about us and treat our clan like the Uchiha. Our clan was great at kenjutsu and sealing, we also had our amazing red hair. I have our summoning contract at the bottom of the page. Okay, the Kyubi is coming back to the village. Make sure you stay away from alcohol, get a nice girl you can love, they will help you in life. Most importantly, remember that I love you, Naruto. Naruto was in tears at reading what his mother had to say to him. She loves me and I love her too. I just wish I could meet her and show her how strong I am. Would she be proud of me? Reaching for the seal at the bottom, he can see a big summoning contract that had what looked like lightning and thunder clouds on it. Whipping away his tears, he can see that it is indeed a summoning contract. Whoa, what animal is this? It has something to do with lighting. He takes it and unravels it to see that only his mom has signed the contract. Cutting his thumb, he signed his name in blood. He took some of the other scrolls and it was a bunch of jutsu for all the elements, but he sees something else that makes him go wide-eyed. Is this the flying Raijin of the second Hokage? This means he must have had the Uzumakis help him with the seal during his time. He can only smirk at how he just got the secret to the move of his favorite Hokage. Man, the Chunin exams are not going to be ready for this. But first let's go sign this contract. Walking back outside, he can see that his might not be big enough depending on the animal it is. Let's go to a better place for this. I don't want to mess up my backyard. Taking to the air, he flies to the edge of the village and an empty training ground. Okay, now let's see what kind of animal we got here. Biting his thumb, he runs through hand signs and slams them on the ground, and a cloud of smoke appears. What the hell? I was in the middle of something important, said a female-sounding voice coming from inside the smoke. What then comes out of the smoke is something that gives Naruto stars in his eyes. So you summoned me, human. A giant bird with 3 wings on each side and what looked like lightning in its body. A body made of gray feathers with giant claws and a long neck with a yellow beak. There are also 3 tails behind her. You are awesome and badass. I just feel your power. What kind of animal are you? Naruto says, flying up to get beak with head, making the bird a little shocked at him flying. Out my damn face, human, the bird said, shooting a blast of lightning hitting him. Ow, that hurt you, big bird, but if a fight with lightning is what you want, that's what you will get, he said, hitting the bird with lightning out his hands. Lighting palm. Naruto shouts, aiming his hands at the bird, who was not expecting this, shocking the bird and cooking his feathers a bit. Wow, that actually hurt. Unlike others who have hit me with lighting, he must have a strong affinity. Getting back on track, the Thunderbird shakes it off. How do you like that, you stupid bird? Naruto says, grinning at the bird, who was eyeing him like a prey in its sight. So you want to fight, do you? Fine, consider this a test if you can be our summoner. Bring it on, bird brain. Naruto then flies in the sky and lightning strikes down where the bird is. But the bird is fast for its size and quickly takes flight and shoots one at Naruto. All throughout the village people can see a giant bird and storm clouds over an area of the village and blast going back and forth. The Hokage looks at it with his crystal ball along with the Umbu. The Hokage and his team can be seen on the roof of their tower watching the battle in amazement at how good the boy is with lighting. Back with the fighting human and bird we can see Naruto in just his kimono bottoms because the top was burned off due to the bird and his hair had some white streaks in it while the bird also looked pretty beat up with some feathers missing and a broken wing from a punch from Naruto. Ha ha ha, I can still keep going, birdie. Naruto shouts, charging the bird with lighting surrounding his body to try and block some of the shots from the bird. The gray bird had a smile on its face after having a good fight for so long. Indeed you can, human, but let's see if you can handle my strongest attack. The bird charges a massive amount of chakra that makes the clouds form around it and begin to circle it and the sound of thunder sound in with sparks flying out of it. Thunderbird style lighting beast. A massive bird made of lightning comes out of the tornado of thunder. Everyone on the ground watching was wide-eyed and had fear for Naruto's life. This one is for you, Kasumi-chan, going through hand signs and spiking his chakra dangerously, making lighting jump off his body and the air to get heavy with chakra. Storm style Kyuubi Wraith. He shouts and a giant nine-tailed fox forms behind the flying Naruto, who was huffing from the 3-hour fight and massive chakra that took. On a unsaid signal the jutsu rush forwards towards each other, letting out their own battle cries, rushing towards each other with the roars of Naruto and the Thunderbird sounding. In the background, Naruto's hair goes completely white and he can feel an immense amount of power just rush through him, and he sees his hair is now white, but he shakes it off and pushes more chakra into his jutsu. Holy shit, he is overpowering me, and why did he just get stronger, and is his hair now white? Well, whatever, he definitely passed, but I won't go down without a fight, she says, also letting out a bird call that was heavy on everyone below them. The jutsu makes a massive explosion and a bright light flashes across the sky, blinding everyone who was looking and also making them nervous. Out of the clouds come the two, falling to the ground, making everyone rush to their ground of impact. When Naruto crashes, a crater forms with his body in it and the bird causes a massive shockwave when falling, blowing the trees away and the already destroyed training ground. Everyone makes it there and is curious to see what will happen next. Naruto mumbles and crawls out, getting on his feet with blood coming from his face and his hair back to blonde. I am pretty sure I have a lot of broken bones and my chakra is as low as it ever has been. Still grinning with blood covering his teeth, he speaks to the bird, ignoring everyone. You still have more, don't you, bird brain? He shouts to the bird, moving its feathers. Shut up, you stupid human, I am tired, you win, I give you, can sign our contract. The bird gets back to her feet to give its name. My name is Hiro, the boss of the Thunderbirds, with power only matched by a Biju. Consider yourself lucky, only Kushina was the last to summon us, and considering how much you look like her, I guess you are her son. Congratulations, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto only gives a laugh and responds with a foxy smile. That's right, I am the son of my hot mother, and I am also Naruto Uzumaki, the storm of Konoha. He says the last part out loud, making all the Leaf Ninja cheer and give him looks of respect. Even the Hokage and his group have to give him respect. All that power, but still he hasn't used Kyuubi's chakra. Yujito thought to herself, only to be interrupted by her perverted Biju. Kitten is an alpha male at its highest. If I was you, I would go and mate with him immediately, and if you don't go after him, I will take over your body and do it for you. Matatabi says inside her host's head. Matatabi, I barely know him, why would I go and have sex with him? Though he is cute, strong, and has an amazing body. No, don't think like that, she said, blushing and shaking her head. You can get to know him and you see what he just did. Like, that is not something everyone has. He is even stronger than me and you, so I don't know why you haven't gone after him. The Hellcat says to her host. Blushing Yujito can only shake her head. And maybe you are right, Matatabi-chan. But it will take some time. Killer Bee is having a different conversation with his inner demon. Damn, that fox really has claws to law down. He even beat Big Bird and got a contract. B said, rapping. B, that boy is really powerful and he still has not used any powers from the Kyuubi yet. I just know when he gets older no one will stand with him. You should try to get an alliance with him. Man, I hear you, no need to threaten, he play with the bull and he gets stung like a bee. Naruto, however, is ignoring all of this and is having his own thoughts on what is going on. What was that power that turned my hair white and gave me such power? It was amazing. It wasn't Kasumi-chan power, so what was it? Oh well, it will have to wait until I wake up. He then passes out while staying on his feet, shocking everyone. Naruto-kun, even when you are down and out you still stand on your own 2 feet, your parents would be proud. The Hokage says to walk to him to take him to the hospital and get him treated. Thank you for watching the video, and comment down below if you want to see the next part. And of course, like, subscribe and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.